It's raining, we're running from the rain, but this is an exciting moment for us. We've got Alex here, who is a seller of fertiliser, and today we're looking at FRASS. We've been wanting for ages to get FRASS onto the market because it's really good nutrients, really good for your plants, and today begins the first proper step in doing that. Hello, my name is Tim. I'm here in rural Uganda getting wet, but this is our hub. This is our black soldier fly product, and we have some FRASS that we like to sell. So welcome to the channel, and we'll tell you all about it. Let me just interrupt you for a second. We have an opportunity for you. If you are interested in fish farming, if you're an entrepreneur, if you would like to set up your own hub, please get in touch. We have an application at the moment open. We're trying to get as many people as possible to apply, register their interest, because we are setting up 5 new hubs in the next 4 years, for sure, and there may be way more than that. So you could be one of those people that we're working with. So please do find the link in the description and apply. We'd love to hear from you. Maybe not, it could be not this year, it could be another year, that's quite okay, but just let us know. These are our bags of FRASS. So we're in the polytunnel, and this is where we have our maggots in here. And then when they've eaten all the substrate, which is chicken waste, and other things there, you can see all they're coming out, the pre-pupa. Anyway, they eat that, and then we collect the larvae, because that's what we're doing this for, and then we end up with FRASS over here. So various different bags. You can see in this stuff, it's quite wet. It's got some maggots still. That's just because it's quite wet and rainy. They climb up. So they don't go down too deep. So if you go down a bit, you'd see it. But this is like, it still needs to be a bit dried. It's sort of, it stays together. And then as we go on, some of this is a bit drier now, and then it gets drier again. And then this stuff is the really much drier. Now this hasn't been sorted, so what we normally do is put a rake through it. Just get rid of some of these big bits. This is bone, so they had some fish that went off. Some scales in there, because they like the fish guts. So we'll just go through that with a rake to get rid of the big bits. And then this here as well, there's some more. And we were trying to work out the weight of all of this. It's actually giving off quite a lot of heat, because it's obviously still decomposing. And this is a living product. So that's what's exciting about FRASS, I think, is there's a microbiome that comes along with this. So that's the additional benefit. It's not just the NKP, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium that you're getting. You're getting a whole bunch of bacteria, microbiome, that is giving you the benefit. So we worked out it's about 300 kilos here, we think. Inorganic fertilizer, which is this performs as good as inorganic fertilizer in lots of trials, that's worth 3,000 shillings per kilo if you buy it, per kilo, which is about what's that in dollars? That's about 90 cents. It's about 70 pence in British pounds. So we are planning to start selling this not at 3,000 per kilo, but at 700. Which is much reduced in price, and that's because we believe we need to get this product out there for people to test it. One of the challenges we're having is that people look at it and they're like, "Oh, it's manure." We're like, "No, it's not manure, because it's been digested and processed." Look, there's a whole bunch of more FRASS over here, which we need to sort out. And so we believe the value of this is much higher than that, because it's nearer to a fertilizer. But we want to get the market established. We want people to have a chance to experiment with it, make some mistakes. We're sort of happy to pay for that learning curve, as it were. But eventually the plan is to put it into sacks and sell it and get that out there. I mean, ideally what we're looking to do is to get farmers to buy our maggots in large quantities, or hatchlings, and then they're also getting the FRASS as a byproduct, which they can use in their gardens. So we'll just carry on the discussion with Alex, and I'm going to ask him about this. What do we do? Because this needs to be sorted. Currently we've got so much FRASS being produced, we're storing a lot of it down here. So we're going to have a look at that in a second. Yeah. Yeah, so that's one thing that Alex was saying is just we need to be careful with this because when it's concentrated like this, it can scorch your plants. So how would we get around that problem, Alex? How do you avoid scorching?
Of course, we shall be first getting this first. We put it under shade to reduce the moisture. Then after the moisture is removed, then we pack it. Then when we take the field, we take the final product, which will work very well.
Okay.
The farmers.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean we have a lot of frass here. We're just saying this is probably needs to be dried a bit, so we are thinking about putting it into the other polytunnel, just because we don't want to put it into direct sunlight because then you lose your nutrients. But there's a lot of it here. We're just going to put the frass away, but we were working out we've probably got like quite a lot of money just sat here, and we need to do something with it before we get overwhelmed. Just in terms of, we want to use these production bays for maggots. We were thinking about originally we were going to put the frass in here. Do you want a hand? Okay. And that was the plan, but actually we think that this environment isn't as good for frass because Rachel was telling me that the part of the issue is it's gone quite compact. I'll just show you what I mean. So this one was quite loose, but over time, and because of the humidity here, it's sort of like gone all sort of clay-like and sort of sticky. And is the best way to, yeah, thanks Rachel. So this isn't really what you want to put on your plants. You want to put the sort of drier, powdery type stuff on your plants. So the stuff that's in the polytunnel can dry out a bit. So we're learning all the time, and I think we're going to probably come up with a new structure just to air dry this a bit and then ship it and bag it. And then the stuff outside, we'll have to work out what to do with that. Maybe we sell it at a discounted price. We'll use it in our ponds for fertilizer. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this mini episode on frass. We will see you on the next one, but thank you very much. Thanks to Alex, who's helped us today, and to Pauson, and we will see you on the next video. Bye.